Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light, soon to be Season of the Splicer intel. And this video is going to be a short PSA. Some people may know that there are some fairly major meta changes coming next season, most notably a large boost to linear fusion rifles. Now, that accompanied with the return of Vault of Glass. Some D1 players might see where I'm going with this. There is one exotic in particular that everybody should try to get their hands on before next season. Gonna get to this information in just one second, but first I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on all the post notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below, as well as a link to my Discord channel. Maybe you're looking to get into Vault of Glass on D1. You can find some good people and help in there. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags stack between all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. Okay, so like I said, with the return of Vault of Glass, in D1, there was one exotic that reigned supreme. I'm not talking about the Gallahorn. No. The other exotic that, if you had it, made you a competitive or at least helpful member of your fire team was, of course, the heavy exotic linear fusion rifle, the Sleeper Simulant. Now, I had to do a lot to get this weapon in D1. It is very easy to acquire now in D2. You used to have to get it through the Mars activities, but since Mars was removed, it is now available through the exotic kiosk in the tower for 1 exotic cipher, 125 glimmer, 200 barium bows, and 1 ascendant shard. Now, the exotic cipher you can get from Xur when he arrives on Friday. Remember, he's there from Friday to Tuesday reset, so any time during that period you can get an exotic cipher. The glimmer is not the easiest thing to acquire, actually probably the most difficult of that group, but you can exchange planetary materials for glimmer from the spider in the Tangled Shore. If you don't take full advantage of the spider every week, you are really missing out. Even if I don't really play on a particular day, I always check to see what he is selling. Never miss an opportunity to get some planetary materials for legendary shards. You can buy planetary materials for glimmer, but it is much more efficient to buy them for legendary shards, which is the next thing I'm going to get into. As today, you can actually buy barium bows for legendary shards. You get 5 per legendary shard versus 5 for 5,000 glimmer. Because there's no cap on how many legendary shards you have, usually people have a lot more of those hanging around than they do glimmer. Glimmer gets capped, I believe it's just under 500,000 glimmer, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's just under 400,000 glimmer. But in any case, it's a lot of glimmer to buy 5 planetary materials. You'll end up going through it really quick. And then you might not have the 125 you need to actually acquire the weapon. So, make sure you buy barium bows when you can for legendary shards. As I said, they are being sold for legendary shards today. It's probably not going to be the last day before the end of the season, but as the season ticks down, the chances are going to become less and less. So, on any given day, if barium bows are being sold, you're going to want to take full advantage regardless of whatever it's being sold for, either glimmer or legendary shards. If you need some extra legendary shards, head to the different vendors in the tower, check Shaxx, check Zavala, see if there's any Vanguard or Crucible tokens that you could turn in, get some of that extra trash gear that nobody really cares for, turn it in for legendary shards or dismantle it for legendary shards. You never know when you're going to want planetary materials. Maybe you want an upgrade module from Banshee 44. Or maybe you want the Sleeper Simulant so you can actually be competitive on day 1 in the returning D1 raid. Day 1, D1. It's the difference. In any case, if you've never played Vault of Glass before, and you're planning on jumping into it in a pickup group, odds are there's going to be at least a few players in there who have done this since D1 and have zero tolerance for people who don't know what they're doing. Maybe bringing a sleeper simulant along will give you a little bit of leeway there. Just heads up. If you do not see barium boughs for sale from the Spider before the end of this season, you're going to have to head over to the Dreaming City and go farming. There's several places you can farm out barium boughs. I would actually suggest going to the lost sectors. There's always ones available usually at the beginning of a lost sector. And simply by resetting a lost sector, you can actually get that same one to respawn. So you don't really have to go searching too far. Just a tip. But in any case, make sure you get your hands on this weapon. I don't know if it's going to be removed. I don't think it will. Most likely it'll still be there, able to be acquired the same way it has been all season. But Bungie does know what the meta will be before we do. And I'm sure that they assumed that with the return of Volt of Glass and a buff to linear fusion rifles, almost everybody was going to want this. And it might be actually a deciding factor, like I said, if you are trying to get into that random pickup raid group. But that is going to be it for all the main information in today's video. Hopefully everybody is looking forward to Season of the Splicer as much as I am. The Volt of Glass was by far my favorite raid in the history of Destiny. Definitely my favorite in D1. Overall, I still have to say my favorite in all of Destiny combined. Probably the raid I did the most. If you've never done it before, it was really the standard that set, or was the standard that all other raids were compared to after the fact. The mechanics were unique. I'd actually never played anything quite like that, and I'd played a lot of first-person shooters in my day up until that point. And though other raid mechanics have sort of borrowed and done similar things, nothing was quite as exciting. Also, I don't think it was as glitchable as other raids have been, which you might think would be a drawback for me, given what I post on this channel. But I actually found it to be worth the challenge. Simply knowing the best mechanics and best way to use them actually seemed to work better. There was one fairly big glitch that I think everybody remembers if you did play D1, where you could actually get Atheon, to fall off the ledge. That was sort of fun. I did that a few times. But if you've watched all the way till the end of the video, please leave a hashtag BeyondLight or a hashtag Season of the Splicer down below, or a hashtag Volt of Glass. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you in the next video. Later!